Hey Planner Babes, it's Amber from AmberPlansHerDay, and I'm here today with Jojo for some more real talk. And today we're going to be talking about planners and picking what planners are best for you for the new year that's coming up so quickly. So make sure you stay tuned. "2021 is so quickly approaching, and I feel like right now is the time for all the topic of which planners are you picking, what planners are you going to use, are you sticking with the happy planner, are you changing brands, are you trying something different, are you doing a new layout?" And it's just like so many questions, and sometimes it's like really overwhelming and we don't know what to pick, we don't know what planners is best for us. So we're kind of just coming on to talk about, any advice that we have for picking a planner, or kind of just tips and tricks for that kind of stuff. So do you have your planner lineup already?
I am working on it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty finalized. I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to use more than my normal classic planner. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use more than one right now.
Right.
And I'm I'm conflicted a little bit because there's so many cute planners out that I just do I want a full Disney planner, or do I want to Franken plan it with something else? I'm just kind of torn to keep them separate. And I've also been kind of being drawn to a horizontal layout, going back to that for some reason, because I had a mini of a horizontal layout. So I'm kind of I don't know, I have a little urge in me to experiment again with a horizontal layout. So I'm still trying to finalize my full layout. I think I'll have it very soon. I'm still making those last minute decisions because I just don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's been harder this year to figure it out. I feel like last year I was boom, 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 this is what I want. And then of course throughout the year, I got rid of some things, got something new kind of thing. But this year it's a little bit more
well, and they haven't had a mini horizontal.
Right.
And I don't think there was one for 2020.
I think there was, but it probably wasn't a very cute one.
Right.
Because I wasn't drawn to it. But I feel now I have a Disney one that I'm I kind of want to start using that again. And there is a mini color block, which we've never had a mini color block before. And I'm kind of that could be kind of cool to experiment with. So I'm so conflicted. I'm how many planners can I actually mentally handle this year? Right. Especially with everything going on right now. How many am I really gonna need? Let's be real.
Right.
This year. So,
and sometimes it's I start the year with 5 or 6 planners. I'm yeah, this is gonna be an awesome year. And then I'm ending the year with one planner that I'm using consistently.
Right.
I'm always coming back to the one planner, but at the beginning of the year, my heart's I can use all the planners. I can do it all.
Just get so excited. And
right.
I do good for maybe 3 months,
right.
maybe, and then after that it's I think I'm gonna get rid of that one, or it'll be I decorate it and I literally never touch it for the rest of the week, and that's 95% of the time that's usually the case.
Right. That's what I'm doing. So,
have you picked out yours?
No, I have 3 of the classic verticals that I'm do I Franken plan? Do I just pick one and just stick with it? Do I just use it? And then of course I have the big lettering.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that one, and I have that one too.
Is so
okay.
I'm so excited, but I've never stuck to a lettering challenge before.
Right. Well, this could be the year. We might have more time on our hands.
Right. Right. But during COVID, it's I didn't do anything, and I still felt so busy.
Right. I feel I had my bursts. I had bursts of getting so much done 1 week, and then the next week I was Netflix lump on the log kind of thing.
Yeah.
It would just be 1 week I was yes, and then the next week it'd be and I'm on the couch for the next week and not moving.
Right.
I just need to be more consistent.
Yeah.
Consistency is what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah, picking out planners is definitely. I love picking out planners though. Like I love like the newness of like a new planner and like. But I think there definitely is. I don't know. I don't think FOMO is the word, but it's just more of just like a. What am I searching for? Like getting so excited to like try out, like have the new things, and when there's like a lot of really cute options, it makes it that much harder to like narrow it down because you might want bits and pieces of that one, but then you also want to use the full thing of this one, and you kind of just want to like even like now throwing in guided journals. I'm just like I have like 4 guided journals that I really want to use, and I'm like how am I gonna use 4 guided journals?
I feel like it's always at the beginning of a year. Everyone's like, I'm motivated. We're going to do this, like, good things this year.
Right. That's always, like, I start my fitness challenge every year, and I, like, really hit it hard for, like, 2-3 months. And then after that, I'm like, what fitness?
Yeah.
Like,
for me, it's, like, 1 to 2 weeks. You know? Like, I think Mike, my husband, at the beginning of the year was like, yeah, I'm not going to drink soda this year. And I think that literally lasted like 2 weeks, and I was like, good job.
Did good. You nailed it.
But like, I know everyone says it doesn't have to be the beginning of the year to start stuff, you know, which is good because you can start planners whenever too.
Right.
And like, if you need a different planner, you want to change it up, you can change it whenever you want. But you know, the beginning of the year is kind of like the time when you change things up.
Right. And for me, I'm a very like beginning. I know some people say Sunday is the beginning. I can't handle that. For me, Monday's the beginning because Monday is like the beginning of my work week. So like I always associate. So like anytime I was like starting like trying to do like a challenge, like I remember a friend asked me if I wanted to start like a fitness challenge with her, but she was like, yeah, I'm starting it on like Wednesday, and I'm like, I start everything on Monday, and that like hurts me to start something on like a Wednesday. Like I'm just such a like if I'm gonna do this, it has to be at the beginning of the week, the beginning of the month, the beginning of the year. I'm just like very, I don't know, maybe it's an OCD thing, I don't know, but I'm just very like it has to be like particularly on that. Like I can't just like wing it in the middle of the week because that just throws me off.
Right, like it throws me off too. Like when the beginning of the month is like in the middle of the week, and I'm like, I don't understand. Can't just every like first be on a Monday and like it just goes from there?
Right. Like was it last year's planner that started on a Monday?
Yes.
And that was glorious. That was like the most peace.
Right.
Like how did 2020 start so good? That's why.
That's what happened.
Because we started with a Monday. It started perfectly in your planner. You ended your old planner on a Sunday. Just like perfection.
Perfect timing.
You could just close that chapter, and then we started the next one, but maybe that's where we went wrong.
This is what happened.
That's what happened, but that was just like so like, just like so much peace there starting. Like I love when a month starts like right on the 1st is like a Monday. I'm like, oh, that is so peaceful to me.
Yeah. But anyway, so like picking a planner, like there's obviously different layouts, and there's different sizes, and there's even different brands, and there's disc bound, binder, rings, spiral,
like hardbound, right? Is that the term for it?
Like
a book one,
book
like bookbound, hardbound's definitely not the right one.
Bookbound,
whatever.
So there's so many options, and like something for me like keeps getting drawn back to the discs, obviously, because I have a left happy planner. And even when they came out, did they come out with like a spiral or ring? What is it called?
Yeah, they came out with the ring. They were like the dual ring.
Right.
Like, yeah, it wasn't like spiral. It was like the double rings. I don't know. I don't remember. Like, when those came out, I was like, cool. The reason why I love Happy Planner is because I can take my pages out and plan, and that for me has been like the most peaceful thing, because my biggest pet peeve was trying to write on the left side of the page and then my hand bumping into the discs, and it would like ruin my handwriting like just enough to bother me to where I'd be like, I don't even want to use this anymore. You know, so like I love that I can just take my planners out. So like for me, when those like whatever they were called, you know, when those came out, it was kind of like that's not why I chose this brand. Like that's like the exact opposite reason why I chose this brand. But
and they came out with the book bound at the same time.
Yes.
But they don't have them again
anymore
this year. So I'm wondering if they just didn't sell good or what happened. But like honestly, like, just evaluate what's, like, best for you. Like, if you're enjoying the discs, then, like, maybe stay with the discs. There's other disc brands, too, like, if there's something else that you want to try.
Right.
I've seen some at Joanne. I don't know what they're called, though.
Yeah.
It's like day to day or day by day?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's super cute.
It's a cute brand. And, too, like, something, too, that I've really liked is, like, maybe you like the disc-bound brand, but you like disc-bound part of Happy Planner, but you don't like the layouts that they're offering. Obviously, this year there aren't, like, so far they haven't released as many layouts as we have had, right? We're missing a couple from this fall release that we recently had with the 2021 planners, and what we're missing hourly, like, some hourly,
I don't know
the, like, lined vertical. Like,
well, there is a lined vertical, because that's, like, the seasonal one. I have the seasonal one, and it's like the original Glam Girl. Like, all three boxes are like, fully lined.
But then that
they don't have monthly, I don't think.
Yeah, monthly.
They don't have the hourly and the monthly.
And then just like big planners in general, we got less of, obviously.
There's less.
So I mean, even if there's like not, I mean, I've seen people like take apart other planners from a different brand and take those apart and punch them with your like planner punch or whatever, and then put that on discs. And no, it's not fully a Happy Planner brand, but you can still, like, you can mesh brands together, right? Like, you can cut off just enough so that way you can, you know, make it work that way if you're still wanting like the disc bound brand, or maybe that doesn't necessarily bother you in a planner and you're fine with not being able to take your pages out, or whatever it is that might keep you to or put you towards different planners, you know. And I know some people like plan in multiple, like they have a Happy Planner, they have, you know, a Plum Planner. I don't even remember all the planner.
Passion Planner,
right.
Aaron Condren, of course,
and whatever those other ones are.
Arc, of course.
There's so many different, you know, options. Like, and I know several people like the bullet journaling. Like, so many people have more than one brand, which could be like good. Maybe it's something like I couldn't imagine using like different planners, but like for each week, like it might be for me, it might be like maybe one week I use Happy Planner, and then maybe the next week I jump into another planner. Like, you know, like always something around like that realm, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just keep coming back to the discs too. I don't know.
I just love
it's easier
discs.
for
it's
me.
Just so and you're left.
To use.
You're a lefty.
I'm a lefty.
She got that lefty life. Happy Planner is lefty friendly.
Yes, it is true though.
Yeah.
But, and I mean, like, of course you guys, like, if you guys have stickers and stuff, that can go to any brand, or, like, any brand of stickers can come to the Happy Planner. Like, it's really just picking out what's best for you. What layout do you need? Is the Happy Planner offering it this year? Do you need that hourly layout? And the Happy Planner hasn't released an hourly layout. And then, okay, now you have to look outward into other brands because you know you need hourly. And
picking your planner is all about, like, what things do you have going on? Right, so if you're like, if you have to make a lot of lists, I feel like if you're making a list and maybe it's like the same type of list every week, maybe like a dashboard, because you have that side where it has like parts where you can make like a checklist. That way you're not having to put that in every, you know, those boxes are a little bit smaller, so you're not having to put that in every box every week, but you know, like, these are the things that I'm committed to every week. Maybe it's something like that. I mean, for the color block layout, I think that would be a great social media. You can designate each box to be a different realm each day. And I was kind of thinking that for like the mini color block. I thought that might be, I was like, that could kind of be fun. That, like, a miniature version, something to figure out with that. I don't know.
And then just like finding what you need a planner for. Like you said, social media, maybe big for you. And like, I haven't used a social media planner in 3 or 4 months, and we've seen what happened on my YouTube. I haven't been as consistent with it, and my camera broke. Okay, but that's just an excuse. I could have been figuring things out, and honestly, you guys, like, right now it's Friday night at like 10:30 at night, and I'm gonna post this in the morning. Okay, so yeah, like, sometimes I struggle with like filming ahead, coming up with video ideas, but like, Jojo's really consistent in her social media planner. Like, she's on top of all those things. And like, so that's something that I need to reevaluate for 2021. Like, is this something that I need? And it probably is. But
right,
then,
if that's like your goal.
right.
And that's something too with like making a goal. Like maybe
Right.
you need to, before you pick out your planner lineup, maybe you need to sit down and make a goal. Where
Right.
do you want your planners to take you next year?
Right.
Right? So like maybe Amber, yours would be maybe like I need my social media to be
Right.
like on top of it. And so maybe like I need that social media planner and I need to be consistent in it because that's
Yeah.
what helped me like succeed and helped me like be consistent and helped me
Yeah.
figure out like what I've done before, what I haven't done already, kind of thing. Like maybe like, so she would sit down, figure out that goal, that's what she wants, you know. And so maybe you have to sit down and figure out like this year I really need to focus on making sure my family is where they need to be, and maybe you get something a little bit bigger so that way you can have all the kids' schedules, your husband's schedule, your wife's schedule, whoever's schedule, your schedule, like all laid out, maybe like a master family planner, you know, like maybe that's your goal,
Right.
business goals,
Right.
whatever you're needing, you know?
Business goals, just even work, or like, or are you the type of person who has everything in one planner? Your work stuff, your home stuff, your scheduling
Your
stuff,
budget.
everything. Yeah, your budget. Like, if you're like that, then okay, what planner layout especially would be best for this? And then now you need to go find what brand or what planner would have that for you.
Right.
So yeah, like sitting down and just setting your goals for the new year and like what you
That's
want.
good.
Like,
dang.
That's
That
how.
just came to me. Goals.
Yeah.
Goals.
That's how you pick your planners,
yeah.
really.
Really, like where do you want? And for me, like lately more so, like now I use my everyday planner more as like, for me it's therapy. One, to just decorate, sit there and decorate my planner, play in my planner. For me, like my schedule is the same as far as like my job is the same every week. There's like a few things, you know, that might fluctuate within like day-to-day life besides work. But other than that, like I don't need it to look at the fact that I'm teaching every Monday at 4:30 p.m. Like I don't necessarily need it for that reason. I just like having it. So for me it's more of like a therapy thing. Like I know I won't be a happy person if I don't get to have a creative outlet every single day in my life. You know, I grew up dancing and once I got older, and now it's getting a lot harder for me to continue doing that. Obviously it's still possible, but you know, just lately it's been a lot harder to want to, not necessarily want to, but I just feel like I'm not where I was when I'm younger, and I think when I was younger, and I think now it's just kind of getting to me. So now I think I need more of another outlet to help with that creative side of me. So I know for me, like my goal is like, if I don't plan and if I'm not like being crafty with my planner goodies, I won't be a happy person, and I know that, and my goal is to, you know, try to make sure like self-care wise kind of thing, you know. So that's for me, that's like why I plan a lot lately, is more for like a self-care mentality, keeping it happy and real.
And maybe even like you have a really busy family life, so like you really do need, you know, your planner for those things, but like you also need some sort of creative outlet, and like therapy, like, you know, like creative time, and you can like even just get a second planner and literally just play with stickers in it, like as your creative time or whatever you need.
And sometimes I do that because like now that I like this whole last year of having a YouTube channel, now anytime I do anything in my planner, it's filmed because I do my plan with me's, and so for the last year I haven't really sat there longer than like maybe 20 minutes doing a spread. But every so often I'll like just pull out an old planner and just like go to town just because I need to just like, or like today I colored in some boxes and that brought me some real joy, you know, so sometimes you just need that little extra outlet.
So yeah, I think like it's just some of our biggest tips is like, you know, finding your goals, and then like what planner or what layout or what brand, or, you know, like what would be the best for you. And then if you guys have questions about like layouts or planners or anything, like always reach out to us, or anyone else in the planner community is always really helpful too. And tell us like if you guys have a planner lineup yet.
Right.
Or like,
I'm hoping to have mine out by next weekend. If I can have the will to like finally make my decisions. I'm going to spend this next week just really like hammering it down and like sitting down and looking at the planners I have and trying to figure out. So hopefully by next week I'll have my planner lineup up, but we'll see.
And it just depends too, like, There's probably still another winter release.
Right, because we usually have a winter, like,
we usually have a winter release, and they've, like, said in past posts, like, we're preparing for a winter release.
Right.
So who knows what's even coming out.
Right,
like,
well, and the bundles that I recently got from Home Shopping Network had Undated Planners in them. Right. Which gets me thinking, like, do I need to wait? Do I want to deal with an undated planner? Like, I love undated planners. I think, like, I know a lot of people don't like the work that it takes to, like, date them, but you could literally get something now and not have to start it until, like, February if you don't want to. Like, those would be great opportunities for if you do decide to switch planners from what you're using now. Like, there's no, like you still have a full 12 months that are undated and nothing's tying you to it. You can use 2 or 3 months of it and then put the rest of it away for, like, 2 years and maybe come back for it. You know, like, that's, like, the beauty of an undated planner. So,
and they could have different layouts.
And that's what I'm kind of, like, curious. Like, what if more undated planners come out and we get the layouts that we've been missing? What if we get an undated hourly?
Because we've heard, like, we're on Facebook, like, we see in the groups, like, people are disappointed that, like, they don't have the layouts, like, that they're used to.
And I love the hourly layout, personally. I use that for budget, actually. I use an hourly layout for budget. So the fact that they don't have a dated one this year is kind of a bummer. I have an old one that I can redate, and then I think I have an undated one. So I'm, like, not too worried about it, but I'm also, like, kind of bummed that, you know, I'd have to redate or date regardless. Right. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. That's also my struggle with deciding my planner lineup. But we shall see. Who knows?
Yeah. It's so hard. It's so hard for me to pick planner lineups. I don't know. And then, like I said, like, I always start with so many planners. I'm like, I'm just going to kill this year. It's going to be so good. And then it's just like February, March, April. Okay, these 2 planners are good.
Right. I feel like this year I might start with, like, less. Yeah. And then see if I need to add more. Like, I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe max 4. Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. I can't decide. Like, I think I need a social media planner, and especially you guys, like, kind of have known, like, sneak peeky wise, like, that, you know, some sort of shop of some sort is probably coming for me, and so that's going to be, like, really big for me. And I know, like, obviously, like, foster care, like, everyday planners, like, appointments. Right. So important. But beyond that, I'm like, I don't know. Like, my journal planner, I love it, but I don't use it consistently enough to, like, justify it for me.
Right. Maybe it's something like, maybe, like, you don't necessarily need a full planner. Maybe it's just, like, a happy notes to, like, when you want to journal, you can journal, and you could just, like, date it or use, like, the guided journal kind of things, because those are undated, so you can literally pull a couple sheets of those out and be like, I need to journal right now, rather than having, like, a full planner that's dedicated to journaling every day, because that's a lot of pressure. Right. Sometimes that's a lot of pressure to sit down. Yeah. I should. Sometimes I'm like, I need to sit down more often and, like, just write out things, but I definitely don't as often as I should.
And that's a good point. Like your planners don't have to be, like, planners. Like, you can have guided journals in your lineup. You can have happy notes in your lineup. Like, you can be like, this is just, like, literally just I would call it, like, a junk notebook, and just, like, literally just, like, brain dump everything in there. Right. Like, every single week, or, you know, like, whatever you guys need, like, just consider what you need, and then, you know, work around that. Don't, like, I don't know, like, for me, it's so easy to see, I see 7 planners I love, I want them all, so how can I use it, you know? Right. Well, I mean, this one could be, like, gratitude, or, like, it could just say how many steps I take a day. This is my step planner. Like, no, come on, that's ridiculous. Like, I'm never going to use that. Like, what do I need a planner for? And then find the planner for it, you know? Right. Like,
and, like, for me, I never really use the monthly. So, like, speaking of that, like, I would put, like, my tracking my steps on my monthly spread because I hardly ever use that. And then, you know, that's still all in one. It is hard, though, when you want so many. Yeah. It's so hard. But that's where Franken planning, you know, can really save you, you know, and maybe you have a buddy that isn't into planning just yet, and maybe you Franken plan what you're wanting and then give them, like, a specialized planner, and maybe it has different layouts, and maybe you can turn somebody else on to planning, and they might get to play with different layouts and see what they like, and you can get a new planner buddy. Yeah. Not a bad perk.
It's true.
Okay, right. You know, like, it shouldn't be about you trying to, like, force yourself onto a planner or force, like wanting to push people to, like, look at your planner. Like, it should be for you. This shouldn't be for anybody else. And the fact of you sharing your planner with other people is just to share your passion for it, share why you love it, share what works for you, because there could be somebody else that might be in your same kind of situation that might look at your planner and say, like, wow, that works really well, and I'm in the same boat, and that could be really, really awesome for me. You know, so, like, try to just make sure you're doing everything for your planner should be for you. What are your reasons? What are your goals? You know, what do you like in that planner? You know, if you like the dividers in that planner, then use the dividers. But if you like the layout in this planner, then take those dividers out and put them in that other planner.
Yeah.
You know, just everything should be for you. Bottom line.
Yeah, exactly. And what you need to accomplish and what you need to get done. So it's super hard to find a planner lineup, but once you do, like, I feel like you know, like, it's just like it's gonna click, and like you're gonna start using that planner or those planners, and like, you know, like, I can tell, like, at the beginning of the year I overload myself with planners, and like towards the end of the year I'm like, oh, like, this is my actual planner lineup, like 1 to 2 planners. Like, that's what I consistently go back to.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about consistency too, like just being consistent with the planners that you choose, and like, so that you can accomplish your goals. Because you don't want to pick a planner, be like, yeah, this is going to help me accomplish this goal, and then you don't use it for a month, but like, where's your goal at then? You know? Right. Is it not an important goal anymore, or did your goals change?
Right.
Or was it the layout, or was it the brand, or what was it that, like, made it not work anymore, you know?
Right. So, and maybe, like, your goal, one of your goals is, like, to be consistent, I'm going to plan every Sunday night or every Saturday night, and that should be, like, your goal to kind of keep you consistent in your planners. Like, I'm going to spend an hour in my planners every Saturday or Sunday night. Like, maybe you make that kind of goal to help you be consistent.
Right. And I just keep thinking of, like, Dave Ramsey, he's like a big budget guy. He always says, like, if you don't tell your money where to go, you'll be asking, where did my money go? And I feel like that with your time and with like your plans. Like if you don't tell your plans what it's doing, if you don't tell yourself like what I'm doing and you stick to it, then you're gonna be like, how did I go by this week watching Netflix every single day? You know, like,
that's good.
how did I not do any dishes this week?
Right.
How did I not do any laundry this week? Like, you have to like tell your time what to do, because you have to do it. Like,
that's good, man.
Like, my goal right now is obviously like a shop and like figuring something out with that. But like, honestly, like, that's been my goal for like 3 or 4 or 5 months, and now it's almost December 1st, and I'm like, okay, so how do I do this? And I'm like, okay, well, Amber, you didn't do nothing. You did not sit down and actually do anything. So of course you're like, what do I do? Mm-hmm. So like, you guys have to like just be consistent with it and like tell yourself, I'm gonna do it. Like, set your timer on your phone or whatever you need it to do, so that you like get down your plan so that you can accomplish your goals. But,
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'm just preaching to myself over here. Whatever. Anyway, thank you guys so much for following along as we kind of just share our journeys of picking our planner lineups and how it changes, and really just like no pressure into, you know, choosing a brand or sticking to a brand, or, you know, changing your planners if you're realizing it's not working for you, because it's just what you need to do for you and like to accomplish your goals. And so we really love these chats. This is our 3rd one, and we don't see it stopping anytime soon. So next month we'll be over on Jojo's channel. Not sure what we'll talk about, but
who knows? If you have anything that you guys are wanting us to talk about, whether about the planner community or like planners, you know, whatever, like our processes, whatever it is that you guys are seeing, and if you're seeing something in the community that you think should be talked about, like, let us know, because we're more than happy to like look into it. I'm sure we probably see it too. But like, obviously, if there's more want for certain topics, like, we never know. We usually get together and we're like, what should we talk about? Yeah. You know, so it's just like, you know, but we're here for you guys. So comment down below. Let us know. Let us know your planner lineups. If you have it figured out, have you figured it out? Are you waiting? You know, like, let us know. We'd love to know more about you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And we hope that you guys will continue to follow along both of our YouTube journeys, and we hope that you guys just, continue to support us because you guys are great. So, anyway, we hope you guys have a great weekend and great December. It's coming up so fast, and we hope that you guys will continue to follow along. Bye, babes.
Bye.